Section 1 of The Two Bears and Other Sermons for Children. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by MaryAnn Spiegel. The Two Bears and Other Sermons for Children by J.C. Ryle. The Two Bears. He went up from thence unto Bethel, and as he was going up by the way, there came forth little children out of the city, and mocked him, and said unto him, Go up, thou bald head, go up, thou bald head. And he turned back, and looked on them, and cursed them in the name of the Lord. And there came forth 2 she-bears out of the wood, and tare 42 children of them. 2 Kings chapter 2, verses 23 and 24. Dear children, did you ever see a bear? Perhaps not. There are no bears wild in this country now. There are some kept fastened up in wild beast shows, or carried about in cages, but there are none loose in the woods and fields. So perhaps you never saw a bear. A bear is a large, shaggy, savage wild beast, with great teeth and claws, and very strong. It will kill sheep and lambs and calves and goats and eat them. When it is very hungry, it will attack men, women, or children and tear them to pieces. She-bears that have little cubs are particularly fierce and cruel. How thankful we ought to be that we can walk about in England without fear of being caught by a bear. Now I am going to tell you a story about a good man, 2 bears, and some children. It is a story out of the Bible, and so you may be sure that it is all true. Stories in other books are often only make-believe, and tell us things that never really happened. Stories out of the Bible, you must always remember, are true every word. Never forget that. Once upon a time, about 2,700 years ago, there lived a good man whose name was Elisha. He was at first servant to a famous prophet of God named Elijah. After Elijah was taken up to heaven in a chariot of fire, Elisha was appointed to be prophet in his place. From that time to his death, he was a very great and very useful man. He did many miracles. He used to go up and down the land of Israel, teaching people how to serve God and reproving sinners. In some places, he kept up schools, called schools of the prophets. In this way, he became famous all over the country, and people knew Elisha. All people knew Elijah, and all good people loved him. One day, not long after Elijah had been taken up into heaven, Elisha went to a place called Bethel, where there was a school. I dare say he went to see how the school was getting on, and whether it was doing any good. All schools need looking after and examining, and it does them good to be examined. It is only bad boys and girls who dislike being asked what they have learned. Now, as this good old man Elisha got near Bethel, a very sad thing happened. A great number of little children came out of the town, and behaved extremely ill. They began to mock Elisha, and called him names. Instead of respecting him and bowing to him like good children, they made game of him, and said silly things. Go up, thou bald head, they cried. Go up, thou bald head. They called him bald head, I have no doubt, because the good prophet was bald with age, and had no hair on his head. They said, Go up, I suspect, because his master Elijah had lately gone up to heaven, as everybody knew. And they meant that Elisha had better go away after his master, and not trouble them any more with his teaching. It was as much as saying, Be off and be gone. It is high time for you to go up, as well as your master.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?